5 reasons you can't get over your ex and can't move on. Breakups of any kind can be arduous and painful. Ideally, moving forward and healing from the emotional wounds that come with the end of a romantic relationship would be straightforward and clear-cut. However, in reality, moving on from an ex is sometimes an agonizing process, and how long it takes to get over a breakup depends on the individual and the specific situation. If you feel stuck and unable to untangle yourself from the emotional tie to your ex, here are some of the most likely reasons you can't get over your ex and why it's taking an extraordinarily long time to move on from particular relationships. 1. Not enough time has passed. The simplest reason is that not enough time has passed since you broke up. You may think that there has been plenty of time for your heart to heal, but this isn't always the case. You may need more time than you think, especially if the relationship lasted for a long time. After all, there are lots of patterns and habits that we develop in relationships. When we let these go and are suddenly thrust into a different situation, it can be hard to adjust. It's almost like losing a part of ourselves. Now, if it's been a very long time like yours and you're still not over your ex, then probably something else is troubling you. 2. You feel like you'll never find somebody else. A common sentiment of people who left a relationship against their will is that they will never find someone like their partner. In a sense, this is true. Your partner, just like you and everyone else on the planet, is a unique human being, and of course, there's no one else who is quite like that person. However, this doesn't mean that you can't find someone who is equally compatible or even more compatible with you. After all, if your ex was really that perfect for you, you wouldn't have broken up. Even if they had stayed with you out of a sense of duty or something, a one-sided relationship is not perfect or ideal. There's a deeper problem here, though. If you feel that you won't be able to find another person, and this is why you can't get over your past relationship, then the issue is less about how great your partner was and more about your own internal neediness. Why do you need another person? Why do you need a partner to be happy? 3. A small part of you still thinks it isn't over. At the end of the day, when we can't let go, what that really means is that a small part of our identity is still caught up in the old patterns. You have not become a single person yet. You are caught in this gray area between letting go of a relationship and wishing that you still had one. This is a very unpleasant spot to be in, and it's also very futile. From this position, you can't really expect to attract someone new, since you're in a state of ambivalence. Examine yourself for those small hopes and beliefs that you and your ex will get back together. If you know in your rational mind that this isn't going to happen, then make it a point to watch those thoughts when they come up, thoughts you may have not even noticed. From there, you can slowly let them go. Remind yourself that it's over and that you need to move on. Even if you and your ex do get back together someday, it's much better to come into the relationship again with few expectations than full of hope that you can reclaim what you lost. After all, even if it's with the same person, it's a new relationship. Both of you probably will have changed by the time you get back together. 4. Your environment reminds you too much of your ex. Sometimes, you really do need to wipe the slate clean and start over to be able to let go of your ex. This is especially true if your lives were very intertwined. After all, every little thing that reminds you of your ex is going to re-trigger patterns and thoughts that you associate with them. You might consider moving to another town, switching to a different social circle, or taking up different hobbies. This would be a good time to exercise that new freedom that you get from being single. Certainly, throw out stuff that makes you think of them if it tortures you to see it. And if you're still living or working with your ex, then obviously there's your answer right there. You're not over them because you keep seeing them every day. Move, or start making plans to get away from them, at least until you're over them. 5. Your ex played many important roles in your life. Are you the kind of person who worked well together with your ex? Did you each have roles, and were there things that your ex just took care of for you that now you find yourself having to handle on your own? In cases like these, you might not be over your ex simply because their presence was an integral part of the practical side of your life. If you suspect that this might be it, take a step back and think about things. Your ex may have been useful, but that doesn't mean you should be together. Of course, the void that they leave in your life when they abandon these roles can serve to remind you again and again of the breakup. If that's the case, try to find a way to fill those roles. If your ex would always change your car's oil, for example, Schedule regular maintenance for your vehicle so that you don't have to think about it. If your ex always cooked for you and you can't stand to do it for yourself without thinking about what used to be, switch to convenience foods for a while. You're probably not going to completely fill every role they played in your life, but you can help yourself out by making things a bit easier. Don't try to pick up all of the slack at once or unconsciously search for a new partner that can replace them. If you want to know more about dating tips and how to make your relationships better, you can visit my blog. I put the link in the comment below. Thanks for watching.